Hi, lovely Taurus. This card came up for you as like an overall energy card for the reading, the Siren. So, in the Tale of Odysseus, the Sirens were these kind of, I think they were like mer women that were on the ship, and they were very alluring and enticing. They weren't trying to do the worm like I am really badly. And Odysseus, for sailors, they could lure sailors onto the rocks. So it's kind of a trope for someone who is tempting something that is tempting. I actually love the colours of this card though. Don't you just love the colours and this sort of ruby gemstone thing in the background? So I would say with the Siren, and I'm going to take one of these as well, that you have a calling. There's something calling, and you have a calling. Time to answer the call. That's what I get. Time to answer the call. Okay, I just want to jot that down so I remember it. I'm going to stick it on here. All these fantasies about writing by hand, Taurus, and we end up just sticking it on the notes on our phone, don't we? Time for Taurus to answer the call. Okay. You may hear some power tools in the background. That is because Mercury is retrograde, and it's like all of a sudden every builder in the country just decided to go to a house near me and whip out a power tool, knock down a chimney, convert an attic, you name it. Oh, I love that for you. So yeah, there's just the odd going on. You get stranger curiosity. I like this. So think of these two together. Okay, the Siren is the call. I feel like you may be being lured in a good way. Well, we'll see if it's in a good way. I'll throw some tarot cards and let the tarot tell us, shall we? But this is something new, not the way that you've thought of it before, a new challenge, a new direction, but at a time when we're being pulled in an old direction, which is backwards, because Mercury is retrograde and things are a bit like you're going backwards through a wind tunnel. But you're going backwards through a wind tunnel while at the same time having exciting kind of visions of something else. Taurus, what the hell's going on with you? I can always rely on you to be, you know, not static, but kind of dependable. But this is, you're taking a dip in a different ocean, and I like it. Oop, come on then, what are you? Yeah, Queen of Wands. Now she's like the most daredevil of queens. You're normally the Queen of Pentacles. Not anymore, baby. Queen of Wands, imagine someone who has a rider. You know, they've got their list of demands. They want a bowl of M&Ms. They want to bathe in Evian. You know, that kind of thing. You don't obviously have to go that far, but if you wanted to write your rider, go ahead. Give it to your kids, give it to the dog, whatever it is. I require cuddles 4 times a day. I'm a Taurian. I need 14 hours sleep. I know you guys. I need comfortable furnishings that also look good, are functional, but feel good on my skin. Am I right? Let me know in the comments. I'm just going off my Taurian friends. The Chariot. The pull of 2 different directions. Something is a challenge to you that's coming up. You may already be there, or it's coming up in August. This is your August 2025 tarot reading. Forgot to say, I think. We are in Mercury retrograde until about the 10th-ish. But then we have the shadow period. So just know that it's a bit of a casserole of nonsense until then. I think until the new moon on the 23rd of August, which I think, itchy nose, is a new moon in Virgo. And for you, it's going to be very significant. Gosh, If I get a really itchy nose like that, something significant is going on. Nice. Six of Pentacles, giving, donating, receiving. You're receiving, I got this for someone else, radio waves. Who else got this? Might have been Scorpio. It's your opposite sign. It's like you're getting information about something. You're receiving knowledge that you needed, that you didn't have before. Okay. Oh, I love that you get this. Ace of Wands. That's decent. That's passion. This could be either a passion project, which is, you know, anything that really makes you feel it. I'm not talking here, you got that job that you went for because you kind of needed the money. It's not that kind of a thing. There's nothing wrong with doing that. We all do that from time to time because we've got to pay the bills. But this is different. This could be paid or unpaid, but it's a passion project. It's something you have always wanted to do. So it's kind of a bucket list situation, but without the whole sort of dark side of the bucket list. The universe is saying, what do you choose? Where do you want to go? You're kind of going in two different directions at once, and we like the chaos, but at the same time, in the end, which one lights your heart, your passion, your soul? Which one makes you who you are? What is your true alignment? I think as well that some of this pertains to your love life. Underneath these cards, we will do a love reading. So we're going to look at that. And I'm going to look at the Siren and Stranger Curiosity in terms of what it's bringing in your love life. There'll also be an extended reading, as there is every month. That will look at the love, the erection section. It will look at the love section. Sorry, I'm channeling my 1980s DJ again. He must stay back in the box. It looks at the cards that came up in the YouTube love reading, and we go even further, dig deeper, ask how do they feel about you, what's going on, whatever's come up in this reading. So if you want that when you get to the end, it's the first link in the description box. Speaking of which, Page of Cups comes out to play. Okay. I feel like you're going to get an opportunity, and I feel like it can come in a couple of ways. One, with the Page of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, you being, I think, you're in your highest self as the Queen of Wands. You when you're rocking, you know, you when you're rolling. This is you when you're really on it. And I like this version of you as well. So you're going to have the chance to own it, to be yourself, to go for something. So if and when this comes along, it may be presented in a slightly challenging way. It may be that you have to really flag your interest, that you have to be pushy, that you have to put yourself forward. If you're applying for jobs, this is like applying for the job you really want. And who cares if you're qualified? You're throwing your hat in the ring. You know? I like this for you. There's a confidence about this. And there's a confidence about you, Taurus. Just showing you the cards here before we go down to the love section. Yeah, there's a confidence. You're interested in things that are strange, things you don't know, things that you want to discover. You're in a discovery phase, and I like it. You're open to receiving. And with that Ace of Wands, you're open, your mind is open, your body is open, your soul, everything is tuned in, tapped in, turned on. I love this. And then the Page of Cups comes in. Okay. Enchanted Veil, love. We're going to do love with this. No, we're not going to do, no, we're doing Lover's Path. Lovers, no, Enchanted Veil. Oh my God. See, this is the Chariot. Swinging from one thing to the other. Okay. Enchanted Veil. This is quite a moody deck in a good way. I don't mean moody Judy like really dark. I mean moody, kind of love, but also soul. Let's have a look for Taurus, love life. August 2025. Ooh. God, it's like an orchestra of chainsaws and everything. Like they keep, we get a low one, we get a high one. It's almost like they're in harmony with each other. The chainsaw opera. Okay, these are interesting cards. I am detecting something a bit more complicated going on under the surface here. I thought I might because I was tempted by the Enchanted Veil. And when I'm tempted by the Enchanted Veil Tarot, as you can see from the way they look, there's just this whole feeling of being between the lines. Something about your love life is between the lines. We've got Justice as the only major that we have so far in the love section. But I like it when we get Justice in the love section because it's karma and it's being balanced. And the universe wants that karma to be balanced. There may be an unbalanced situation currently occurring in your love life or coming up for you, but I feel like it's a theme that you already know. So I feel like it's kind of semi-happening now and going on into August. We've got Justice and a full moon as well, and a full moon with the Nine of Pentacles. I tell you what else I'm getting, which I've got for a few people recently, is that we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. And I think it's about mid-September, which sounded like ages away until recently when it sounded a lot sooner, because it is. Okay, hang on. Yeah, okay, it is. Oh, God. God, it's sooner than we think. It's the 7th. 7th of September. So Taurus and Uranus goes retrograde the day before. Wow. Okay. That's a lot. God, I don't have words for that. That's a bit crazy. Okay. Crazy, but also cleansing for you. Justice and the Nine of Pentacles, if we look at this, which is Venus in Virgo, and you're ruled by Venus, and this is a card that speaks of finding your independence, but finding your sense of alignment, finding your inner siren, finding your inner Queen of Wands. You're channeling the most powerful, and we're on a journey to the most powerful and the highest version of yourself. Most in alignment, most in tune, most open. You're not in the mood for trouble here. It's not about that. It's you're learning to serve your own needs first and to receive rather than donate or give. It's not selfish. We've got the Five of Pentacles, which is Mercury and Taurus, actually. And this comes along when you... It's so beautiful, these cards. It comes along when you know that you are essentially alone in something, even if you're together. And it doesn't need to be alone as in lonely, or alone as in I feel alone, I want, you know, a partner. It's not. It's the sense that you are an individual and here we are. It's all about you, and you get it, and you feel it, and you're happy with that, and it's empowering. And this is regardless of whether you're like slap bang in the middle of a big relationship, or whether you're in a situationship, or if you're single and looking, or even single and not looking. There's this sense here of independence, of pride, of knowing, of conducting yourself with dignity, no matter what is going on for you. And then as we come to the full moon and the lunar eclipse in Pisces, and a lunar eclipse in Pisces is a big old watery messy thing, with Uranus going retrograde the day before. It's even worse. But for you, it's like an emotional massive realization. And I also feel that if you are involved with someone else, that the relationship itself will have an emotional jolt, a realization, a shakedown. They'll get it. Gosh. Okay. Ooh, Taurus. Time to swap out those apple packers and get some matching underwear. Does anybody actually ever have matching underwear? I don't know. Because look, Taurus, you got the Ace of Wands again. Ace of Wands, Ace of Wands. I'm loving that for you. The audacity, the bodaciousness. We do have a Two of Swords in the mix as well. And the Two of Swords is to tell you, see how there's a blindfold? And we got two swords, which are both good ideas. They're both directions you could go in. They're both things that you know and truths that you live by and decisions you could make. But actually, Taurus, this Two of Swords is telling you that at the moment, for the next, well, up as we get to the beginning of September, that you are unknowing about the future. And it would be good to remind yourself that there is a third way, but that third way is not available to you yet. It's something, I always feel it's like one of those roads that isn't finished yet and you're going to drive off the edge into the sea, but it will get built, but it's not built yet, which is why you can't see the end of this journey or how to proceed even with this journey. I love that you get the Ace of Wands though. This can also be highly passionate because you have got it twice. Massive attraction, massive chemistry, massive reaction. Whew. God, that sounded really rude, didn't it? Sorry. Six of Cups. Oh, it sneaks in there, Taurus. Okay. Longing, childhood sweethearts, possibly exes, situationship people, friends, themes from the past. There's something a bit complicated. There's something a bit unfinished business here. It feels like, and I'm going to make a note of that as well, because that's important. Okay. There's unfinished business. Good. I forget really quickly when I'm channeling. This could be a specific person with the Six of Cups, but it can also be a returning feeling. Oh my God. You only go and get the Devil as well. Oh, hello. Something's fallen on the floor. It's always good for Taurus. Oh, Christ, that was my glasses. That doesn't count. Oh, more Six of Pentacles. Taurus. This is complicated. For some of you, it's something you're chained to that you need to release. It could be an ex. It could be someone you were involved with. It's a bit tricky in some ways that maybe you don't quite understand. There'd be a high level of attraction if that was the case as well. It's that kind of chemical bond. I get the word trauma bond. So for some of you, be careful with this. For others of you, it's an exploration of give and take with the Six of Pentacles. Again, we've got 2 Sixes of Pentacles, so interesting, here and there. 2 Aces of Wands here and there. I know. Hey up. Okay. I want to take just an oracle card. In the extended love reading, we are going to get stuck in because you've got complicated vibes going on here, and I love a complicated reading. So we're going to look at, we always look at your person, the connection, how do they feel, but the shadow side as well, because we can't ignore that when you've got the devil lurking around in the background. The oracle card you get is the Observer. Foxy observation. That's you. You may find that you're better off, if you were thinking of whether to take action or not, delaying it just for a little while Mercury goes the right way in the second half of September, or up to that new moon that we had on the 23rd, I think it was. Because things aren't entirely clear and they do feel a bit complicated and a bit exciting with the Ace of Wands, but heck, what a combination. I know, this could be a very interesting time. Okay, Taurus, I'm going to go and do the extended reading. It's the first link in the description box if you want to join me over there. I'll see you on the other side. Namaste.